guys have gotta leave those little Melanesian kids alone, man. You guys have gotta leave the people who are mixed race that have like sandy blonde hair alone. And you guys even have got to leave the black albinos alone. So you wanna be blonde, but you're black. You have a dark brown skin tone, dark eyes, and naturally very dark brown or black hair. Cool. Okay. Well, just bleach your hair or get a wig. One that makes sense. Shadow root. I feel like all people, like whether black or not, all people have very dark hair. I feel like they just suit shadow roots better. I don't know why they insist on having like blonde from the root. It makes it look like a wig even when you're not wearing a wig. It doesn't actually look like it makes sense. And I love saying the quiet part out loud. There's a shade of blonde for everyone, that's true, but most people's shade of blonde isn't an untoned 613. And even when I buy hair extensions, I have to tone them because my hair's a lot more golden than 613. So it's the same level, so the same level 8, but we have to put on a toner. Nobody's shade is untoned 613. The point that I want to make here is that it's really, really annoying when like I see people debating online about black people and things like the Eve gene and having all different kinds of features, etc. And then you see people bringing up a bunch of stuff that either A, isn't true, yeah, or B, is an anomaly that doesn't apply to like 3/4 of the population. Of course, the main focus of this is blonde hair, but there is another thing I want to reference too. Straight hair. Okay, people keep saying that, oh, black people can have bone straight hair, but like, where? I've never seen anyone like that. And I live in a place where there's a lot of different kinds of black people. Yeah, like I know a lot of people who are from like the Horn of Africa and that. Like I've seen people with like waves and very loose curls, but nobody has bone straight hair. And then definitely for the rest of sub-Saharan Africa, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Who are we lying to and why are we lying? Because if that was the thing, that person would be on like every modeling campaign ever. No, like really nobody would, that person would never struggle to get booked ever. Oh, right. We don't see that because it's not a thing. Maybe I think a lot of people are just seeing people like maybe like a very loose wave and then they're confusing it with being bone straight because at the end of the day, those two things are very close. The whole Eve gene talking point on its own is mad cringe. And I know I've mentioned this before when it comes to blonde hair, but like bringing up, first of all, Melanesians don't even have any black DNA. Leave those little Pacific Islander children alone. Again, same thing for Aborigines because they also have dark blonde hair, a lot of them. Leave them alone. They're not black, they're just dark skinned. Yes, your race and skin tone, like your race and skin tone don't match all the time. These are you see their whole face and skull structure is different, whole different hair texture, whole different body type, for trying to force them to be black when they're just not. And then as for the whole black people of albinism thing, it's like to be quite honest, you might wonder like, oh, wouldn't you be happy to get a mention? Like when that's the only time that you're being mentioned. Because some woman wants to dye her hair or she wants to argue about why she should be able to bleach her hair with a white person. It's like if that's the only time you're going to bring it up, it's better you say nothing. Just listen. It's like just shut up and do your hair. Oh, it's getting weird now. Man, I'm not even speaking in my lovely RP accent that I use for the videos where I make it all slow. Like, because it's getting weird. What the only time you're brought up is for when somebody wants to talk about why they should dye their hair. Otherwise, all the other times is, oh, shut up, you're barely black. Or like you'll even have people from your own home country who you share features with, at least you think you do anyway. At least I think I do. Yeah, who you even share features with, saying, oh no, I thought you were from all kinds of random parts of the world, but all of a sudden when it comes to, oh, I want to bleach my hair, now we remember. Now we remember that these people are black. So it's like, man, just do your hair. Just do what you want to with your hair. I don't know why people think they're going to change their hair and not come under any kind of scrutiny anyway. You want to have blonde hair and blue contacts? Well, then someone's going to scrutinize you for it, even if it's natural. Yeah, that's one thing. I think people, that's another thing. Like, people think that if you have some of these features that nobody will ever talk badly about you again. Then the debate changes from haha, this that you have on is fake, to investigating to see if it's real, like doing deep dives into your very existence to see if you're really telling the truth, and then trying to call you a freak of nature because of it. So whether you're like me or whether you have some of these features for a different reason. I mean, of course you have a ton of people who appreciate your beauty, love your beauty, but you still have haters. That's what people gotta get. It doesn't matter. So it's like, if you're like doing these things, like changing your hair color or skin tone or eye color to avoid being scrutinized, oh yeah, no, that's never happening. It's just maybe the level changes, or the exact things they're saying change. Like, I mean, clearly, oh yeah, and let's not forget the lovely dumb blunt stereotypes. I always have this joke like, okay, so now they can try and call me stupid for being blunt, they can try and call me stupid for having a disability, or they can try and call me stupid for just being black. It's not looking good. But that's just ignorant people. But you see how that exists? Everything comes with stereotypes, both good and bad. You're not gonna escape them by changing. You're not going to escape being scrutinized for your cosmetic choices by changing. Oh, and also, I don't really believe in the Eve gene, and I think it's cringe. I don't like the Eve gene talking point, because it is literally just people trying to overcompensate for the fact that they feel distance between the way they look and the way people of other races look. Because I've said this before, a lot of people of other backgrounds have more commonality with each other and more commonality with people who are black but lighter complected, or who have smaller features. Yeah. I forgot what video I said that in, but yeah. I've just always I've hated the Eve gene talking point. I've hated it since the day I first heard it. I've hated it. I think it's mad cringe. I don't like it. And I wish you guys would just stop bringing it up. Signed, somebody who came out of a black womb. 'Twas a light-skinned black womb though, but much darker than me. Just make your choices. Like, everyone else just kind of deals with it. That's the reason why you don't hear people of other grades crying about it, because they just kind of deal with it. Whereas it's, why can't black women make a decision in peace? Like, because you don't peacefully accept that people are going to scrutinize your decision. And so because you're going, again, it's like rage bait. Because you're going to keep having these big giant flare-ups, they're going to keep doing it. Yeah, because if every time you post a picture with, you know, you bought your nice little wig, your nice little 613 or your nice little balayage, and you toned it so it actually matched, yeah, and you had your nice light contacts, whatever you do, yeah, and then everything is matching, you feel like you look great, and some white guy's like, some white troll account is like, oh, well, black people can't naturally have those things, so you're fake. Like, and then you go off on them. Like, the whole reason hate comments exist is because they want interactions, right? They don't feel like they can get interactions for anything else, so this is how they get them. So you sitting there and arguing with them when they're right. It is fake. It is fake. But that's okay. Sometimes you're gonna make a change. Like, I mean, if a cosmetic change is drastic, people are gonna know it's not real. Like, people know that my lips are not naturally this bright pink. People know that my eyebrows are not this dark. It's okay. It's okay. We will all live. They know that this is not my natural curl pattern. We will all live. Yeah? I'm not gonna fight anyone like, oh, your curl pattern's fake. Like, yeah, it is. Looks good though. Hold on, it looks, I did a really good job this time. It just is. It's because people aren't willing to accept that they are doing something that's fake. And it's like, oh, but white people never. Yes, they do. Because again, I grew up in a city that is predominantly white, right? So I've watched people get made fun of for their hair extensions the same way I did. Because I've always been a clip-in merchant, you see, never really a sewing girl. I need to be able to scratch my scalp, and like sew-ins and quick weave, they don't allow you to do that. Just accept that you're being fake. Accept that you're being fake. Like, yeah, you don't naturally have blonde hair. So someone is going to mention it if you dye your hair. They do it to white girlies all the time. Bottle blonde, where do you think that term came from? Blonde that came in a bottle. Like, so you're not going to escape it either. If the thing is not, I mean, even sometimes, yeah, like somebody who, let's say they see me with a full face of makeup for the first time, they make the assumption that my hair is fake. And then I tell them it's real. And then they don't believe me, so I have to show them like my arm or something so they can see all the little golden hairs. I don't think I can, I don't think this camera is good enough quality for that. But yeah, okay. And I mean, if somebody just casually insisted that no matter what, they were gonna believe that my hair color is fake, well, I can't really do anything about that. At the end of the day, like, I mean, if I know it's real, what doesn't matter. Sorry, it's just funny because it's the main thing that's 100% real about my hair, but it's the thing that gets the most scrutiny. What was the point in this? The point in this video is actually, now everything I said is true and I believe it, but I really just wanted to hate on the Eve gene. Oh, the womb of a black woman can create any type of child. Or because somebody wants to dye their hair or wear some bright blue contacts, you know. It's never even for anything useful that this is mentioned for. We can create any shade of child and then tell it that it's not black, unless if we're talking about wanting to dye our hair the same color. Don't get me wrong, I love being black. There are certain parts of other people's blackness that I don't love. Other people's behavior. Now some people, they wish away their blackness because of the way others behave. Me? No. I wish that those people weren't black. Yeah. Why should I have to change because you're embarrassing? The myth of Eve. The molecular biology of humans. You know what? I may have to read, but it doesn't specifically mention black people. Black people just kind of took it and ran and said, yes. Yes, it must be us. Guys, from the darkest to the lightest, you know. We're all gorgeous, right? We can be gorgeous, right? But like, what are we really doing here with stuff like this? Nothing useful. I'll admit, I have to do some reading and then I'll come back and hate properly.